Hey guys, this is Camfrey15 and I'm back at it with another video for you guys. And this is well, well, if you see my season reviews of this that I still have yet to complete of it yet, but still, welcome back to another Food Wars video. Now, because, I'll talk about that later, Ben. We're here for season 5 of Food Wars. And this is the first episode of the highly anticipated season 5. And I believe this is also the last season of Food Wars as well. So it's going to be an eventful season. One, it's fifth season, and two, it's the last season of Food Wars, which sucks. Who knows? Hope maybe, but yeah, there's nothing else to wish for. Yes, I am doing weekly reviews of Food Wars for however long the season goes. I guess I see this as, a replacement to My Hero Academia not being on the air every Saturday, but hey, it is what it is. But anyways, like I said earlier, I do Food Wars season reviews. I still have yet to finish that out. I believe in videos in terms of seasons. I'm stopped at season 2, so I just got to upload season 3 and then make my season 4 video, and then I'll be good. But season 5 of Food Wars. It was a really good episode today. It was a nice start off. It kind of had the first couple of like season 1 and 2 mixture of just normal everyday whatever they did, or whatever they had to make for the episode and stuff like that. It kind of had those vibes in this, as well as kind of, hype up things we can see that we're going to see down the road in the form of the blue competition that was announced at the end of the episode, and then Suzuki. So yeah. So anyways, I took notes like I do with almost every show I review, and yeah, I'm going to talk about what happened in the episode. So spoilers warning if you haven't seen the episode. If you haven't seen the episode, click off this video and go see it. So yeah. And if you're having a question of how you're able to watch Food Wars season 5, if you have a premium account so far, right, well, as of this recording, you're able to watch Food Wars, but I believe you have to wait a week if you don't. So it's another good marketing business strategy by Crunchyroll to be like, well, you want to see this so long? Buy it. Buy the premium account right now. Premium on Crunchyroll is like $7.99, so if you have the money to buy it, a premium account, you'll be able to get all your favorite animes pretty early. Like Digimon still has their premium tag on if you were like looking for that new Digimon series. Anyways, let's get into this episode. So the episode starts off on this beach, and it looks like, everybody's going to, have fun at the beach, and, they're all in their bathing suits and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, Erina comes up and essentially is like, listen, guys, you're going to be split into 3 different areas: the mountain area, the river area, I believe, and the beach area. And essentially, you have to do your finals, essentially. Now, the second years, they get the mountain and the river area, while the freshman area are the, first year kids. They have to do it at the beach area. So yeah. Erina also introduces Suzuki, who is a new teacher for this season. Also, if you've seen the opening and endings, he probably going to be and if you're an anime only, especially, you probably see the idea that he's going to be a pretty big, character this season. Also, is I guess playing the main antagonist of this season, Tasoma. So other students go around and they say Soma, he hears of his name, and then I forgot who it was. I forgot who it was, but somebody told him that they are known for being a great cook despite how young they are. Like I think they say he's like age 25 or something like that. So anyways, Erina makes the rules of this final exam, and essentially she gives all the students 3 days to essentially, do a restaurant on wherever area they're at, and they have to make 3 million yen to pass essentially. They left out the fact that, oh, if you don't accomplish it, you're failed and you're kicked out of school, because you remember from season 4, this is a new type of leadership in Totsuki. They're changing like the old ways, but keeping some of the old things there. Like they're still keeping the strenuous, things that the students have to do, while kicking out the whole aspect. Oh, you're just gonna get kicked out of the school because you failed to do it, even though it did put much more of a, I guess, tension in those episodes for the main characters, or the characters that we've grown to like a lot. So yeah, and I think that's why this season could be featured around the blue arc instead of just school stuff. So yeah, and also basically everyone on the beach gets these stands and these nice looking stands, while Erina sets up the Elite Ten, because I think one of the people from Soma's group mentioned the fact, wait, if the Elite Ten are given one of these stalls, they're gonna freaking kill everybody. And then Erina's like, yeah, we figured into that, and she essentially she makes the Elite Ten be their own team, which is Soma, Megumin, Takumi, Ryu, Alice, and Hayama. And they all essentially are given their own little shack. And essentially the shack is all run down and beat up, and doesn't look advertising to go to eat out of. And it's funny because they were like, wow. And then this we get into the opening. The opening was pretty cool. I'm liking the theme. I'm gonna have to hear it more as the weeks progress. But the theme sounds pretty cool for the opening. I also did like the little Soma Erina shipping hint, because it had them looking at each other and then a river under it, and it shows a reflection of the river, and it shows them, I guess, when they're older, getting married or something like that. Because I know in the manga, I think it's confirmed that eventually they do get married later in their life, but things like that. Um, so for you, um, so for you Soma Erina shippers, I guess you have an opening. It reminds me of the fairy tale opening with Lucy and Natsu, way back in that arc and stuff. Anyways, the Elite Ten team, they decide to get ingredients, and another day. Well, the day they're saying all their stuff, the first day, essentially they clean up the shack, and make it look nice and more appealing for people to come to. And another day, that's when they're gonna get the ingredients, so they can start cooking their food and stuff like that. And they're gonna try to make all that 3 million yen in that one day, on the third day. Um, Soma, he eventually goes out into the beach, and Soma runs into Suzuki, or Suzuki runs into Soma, and essentially they have a talk and stuff like that. And it's a pretty interesting talk. It's just a regular dialogue of how Suzuki is like, oh, so you're the number one head of the Elite Ten at Totsuki and stuff like that. And then he later walks off. Megumin, you know, comes up to him and talks to someone like, yo, what was that about? And someone's like, I don't know. He was just talking, but Soma gets this feeling that he has met Suzuki before, so keep that intact. Um, Essentially, Mito, she comes over and asks Soma how they're doing, because she runs into Soma and stuff like that. And essentially, they run back to the shack, and all the Elite Ten are arguing. Like Megumin's like springling around like with the boxes and stuff like that. You have Ryu, Alice, Hayama, and Takumi all arguing with one another about certain things and stuff. It was funny dialogue. And then this guy called Daikambo, I think that's his name, Daikambo Ken. I'm just gonna call him Ken. He essentially shows up, tries to show up and tries to troll, the Elite Ten, saying like, you see, we have all the customers and you guys have failed to do anything and stuff like that. Essentially, he's like, see, this gives us students a better chance to make it to the Elite Ten. Essentially, he wants to make it to the Elite Ten. Um, and you see, he doesn't understand the struggle it goes to be coming on the Elite Ten. Um, so um, Soma does say what he said was pretty inspirational, because and he figures like, actually past members of the Elite Ten were probably put in the same situations we're being put in now, where they were put up in difficult tasks because they're the Elite Ten. They have to essentially they're like the 10 best, not only students but the 10 best cooks in the school. So obviously it makes sense for the school to put them through a more rigorous, exercise or a more strenuous test to see like, okay, you guys are the elite 10. Listen, you guys are the best of the best. Step up, show us why you guys are the elite 10. Like you got to go above and beyond essentially. Like, it like comparing an AP student in high, or like yeah, like I said, in high school when you're comparing an AP student or an honor student to just a regular student. Regular students, they just get, the basic minimum, while AP and honor students, they might get work that's like, yes, you get the basic work, but what do you gonna use to take it above and beyond? It's something like that in a way where you get more work in the AP student, more harder work than say if you were just a regular everyday student going to school. It cuts to night, and then Soma he eventually runs into Erina on this balcony. While he walks past her, and he starts like staring at her. And one, this is a Soma x Erina moment, shipping moment, because one, she's blushing the entire time they're talking to each other. So obviously she loves, well, she likes him a whole lot. But I think I can say she loves him. But yeah. Essentially, they talk about how well she talks about how his and the Elite Ten's exams are going, and Soma says like, oh yeah, they're doing good and stuff like that. Oh, I also actually forgot to mention about the Soma X, Erina shipping moment. Soma does say, oh, you're more pretty when you laugh and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh, Soma's being a nice guy. He's just being a nice guy. What? Aaron always was being a freaking jerk, and it's funny because he does mention he's like, yeah, because oh wait, because you it's like because Aaron she kind of like gives a nice little sweet comment back to him, and she kind of blushes about that, and someone's like, oh yeah, it's well. He's like, it's not the answer I expect. I thought she'd be so angry at me, and then she's like, "Oh, why would you think I didn't?" So yeah, obviously the two's shipping, story is going really cool. It's really funny. I think it's one of the more adorable relationship shipping, arcs they do anime in any anime I've seen. Soma also does bring up his mom, which for the in terms of the anime only people, it's one of the things that they left out because most people are like, I wonder who his mom is, and did his mom work in the same shop? And Soma tells Erina like, yeah, my mom worked in the same shop. She wasn't that good of a cook. If not, she was lousy, as well as she was pretty much a potty mouth, and she said a lot of crazy bad words and stuff like that. But other than that, she was a really good like mom for just being a stay-at-home mom and stuff like that. And an interesting tidbit is Erina brings up the point about moms being those type of just being like a loving, caring mother, and she looks a little bit distressed or a little bit like like concerned or something like that. I'm like, like stuff like that. And it's like I think they're doing like the dynamic of the Soma and Erina family. I think more towards the Erina family line, if anything and stuff like that. Also, but before they end off, someone's like, when I freaking beat the exam, I'm challenging you to a food war. And she gives a nice little funny tidbits like, oh, yeah, okay, I'll challenge you to a food war, but I'm just going to beat you like I always do. So it's another, moment that, they're friends. Obviously, they don't argue as much as they did, the first, I guess, 4.5 seasons. When they first met each other, they're like on equal terms. And it's like I said, Erina obviously loves him, and it's looking like Soma he likes Erina too. So yeah, so they have that like nice, lovely, friendly, I guess lovey-dovey relationship. Where I guess in a essence, it's like they're in the relationship part where they're just like I guess flirting at each other, where it's like oh, which flirt is better than the other flirt, Soma, he started flirting, calling her pretty when she's laughing and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, Soma, you're being a player now. You're just straight up flirting with her now. I think honestly, the two are just flirting with each other because they really like each other. They just have yet to express how they feel about each other. Um, Anyways, when that scene was over and before they eventually they say their goodbyes to go when they go to bed. and stuff like that. Suzuki was on like I guess under them, and apparently he was spying on them or listening to what they were all saying. So and then he gives this really evil look. So it's the third day. Oh well, through and through, Erina comes across Hisako, and Erina's like, Hisako, I hope you pass. I expect that you pass and stuff like that. We don't see Hisako. It's only Hisako for that one moment. But we know Hisako's in that one group. But when the third day happens, Hayama basically says that Takami, Soma, and Ryu will do the kitchen to make the food, and essentially, things are going on, and then eventually, all the other student stands, they're just empty. They walk out and they see the Elite 10 area is all filled to the brim, and they are making yakisoba. Alice and Megumin are like the advertisers of the food, which essentially they're like, hey guys, you should really try our yakisoba. Now they said Megumin did more of the like, waitress type of stuff, but Alice was kind of like the advertiser and stuff like that. And essentially, like, there's this good aroma of spices going on in the area, and the one dude is trolling, the Elite 10 people. Things are. He's like, I wonder why they're selling on the customers. Now we find out essentially what's causing this, fragrance of aroma, which is alluring the customers. Is essentially that, and they explain. I'm not going to explain what they do in the cooking, but the biggest part they point, the reason why it's attracting the people is that they're using Hayama's special spice and just, injecting it into the egg yolk. And once you open it, you get this abundance, fragrance of smell of food from the egg yolk, essentially. Essentially they have the whole scene where they have Mito try it, and then they have the kid who was kind of, trolling the Elite 10 members try it, and they just fall for it. And it's funny because it's like, the dude is like, no, this isn't $1 million food. This is $1 billion food. So, I guess he knows. And it's funny because they show a pan where, you have Takumi, Ryu, and Soma all working hard. So I guess it also shows this guy that, look, just because we're Elite Team, like, look, being an Elite 10, it's no joke. You actually have to work your butt off to get where you want to get to. You just can't, like, you get to the Elite 10, you can't just, like, snooze off. You got to show why you're the Elite 10. So at the end of the day, the Elite 10 class or the Elite 10 group, they pass their final exam with like 3 million. I don't know the exact thing, but they pass over 3 million yen. And Suzuki, he's off on the distance looking, and he says he's like, oh well, first seat, of the Elite 10 Soma Yukihira. I don't really think you're all that. I don't think you're impressive. So obviously it's looking like Suzuki, the antagonist for Soma, is going to be pretty huge. And essentially it's looking like he's going to have to learn the lesson to know that Soma is actually pretty good at cooking. And, be revealed that, yada, yada, yada. Right now, he doesn't think Soma's that good. Now Soma eventually will probably have to show him like he has shown other people in the past. It's gonna be interesting where they see with the Suzuki character, but I feel like the Suzuki character also has a thing for Erina too. Like, you don't just spy on Soma and Erina talking when you like, I guess, are somewhat jealous. So maybe he's jealous, you know, of Soma and of how good he is, as well as his relationship to Erina. Like I said, I think it's like that, and the fact that he's jealous, and the fact that he actually has feelings for Erina too. And he wants to probably hook up with her. So obviously someone's gonna have to be the guy to step in and be like, no, 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 she's my girlfriend, and I'm gonna show you why I'm, the number one seat at Toski. So anyways, as the last few minutes, of the episode, Soma asked all the other as the others, which were like people on his team, like what are they doing for their summer vacation, and they're like, oh, they're either going home or they're just doing some other stuff like that. But then Dojima shows up and he tells them about the blue competition, because he says like, yeah, you guys you can't do your summer vacation because you got to do the blue. And essentially what blue stands for is Bishoku leading under 25 entrants, and I guess exam or thing. Also, it's the same blue that Soma's dad almost did. When we got the full story, Soma's dad of how we know he didn't end up doing the blue. He just kind of went on his own and stuff like that. So yeah, Dojima does say that blue has not been held for a while now, and yeah, essentially it's looking like the blue, which I think this arc is titled the Blue Arc. This is what this is what the season 5 is going to be mostly about. And next week it's going to be, the blue preliminaries. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. So I'm guessing the Elite 10 members, they have to do the blue competition. And that's how they'll be spending their spring break. But yeah, today was a good episode. I like today's episode. Like I said, it reminded me of the first couple of seasons when they were just in like a class and they just had to do a just current recommendation. Just take out the tension of the fact that, oh, if you fail or you don't do the dish up to my standards, you're kicked out of the school. It was a nice little lovely throwback to the first couple of seasons, and I think starting next week things are going to pick up for the better. I don't know how many episodes is going to be in this season, because usually they either do 25 or 13 episodes or 12 episodes, that range of episodes. I heard it might be a more shorter season where they have 13 episodes or something like that. We're just gonna see when the season's obviously done, but yeah, it was still a good episode. I did like the Erna, Soma moments. The Soma Erna moment they had talking on the balcony. It was a nice, lovely, sweet moment. We get some more backstory into Soma's character about his mom and stuff like that. As well as, Suzuki, he seems to be a pretty interesting antagonist for this season. He reminds me a lot of Erina's dad. One, he has a black hair and he's a crazy look in his eye. But he seems like he's going to be a pretty interesting antagonist. I won't say anything about the ending, but if you saw the ending, it seems like he has some tie-ins to Soma, and it would probably explain why Soma knows him and stuff like that. So yeah, other than that, season 1 for season 5 of Food Wars was a good episode. I liked it a lot, and it's only the start. Most episode ones to a new season, they start off pretty slow, and there's not much interesting things in it. But hey, it's the first episode of the season, and this season was highly anticipated too. There's a lot of Food Wars fans out there who was ready to see this thing. So yeah, I'm going to be reviewing Season 5 episodes till the season's over. Like I said earlier, it's essentially replacing My Hero Academia, essentially. And yeah, so other than that, I'm going to get out of here. So if you like this video, leave a like. If there's comments you want to put regarding this episode, any plot point I discuss in this episode, whether it's, what Suzuki's up to, what the blue competition, what you could expect to the blue competition, and what do you, I guess, like of the Soma X Erina relationship theme they had in this episode. I thought it was pretty cute, honestly. Also, one more thing. If you are a manga reader and you know what happens in the future, please do not put anything regarding future events in the manga in the comment section, because I have not read the manga at all and I don't know what happens in the blue competition or anything else after this is over. I think the only thing I know after what would happen is that Soma and Erina eventually will hook up and get married eventually later down, but I don't know like what happens in the main portion of this arc. So please, manga readers, do not spoil anything in the comment section, especially to other anime only people too. I want to cater to them as well. Also, if you want to hit that subscribe button to get more of my content, hit that subscribe button, and if you are subscribed, hit that bell icon to get other updates on stuff like that. Yeah, but like I said, hit that subscribe button, especially if you want to get my thoughts on the other seasons. I'm going to be uploading season reviews. I'm going to upload my season 3 review. If not, it's already uploaded. I'm going to review. I got to make my season 4 video, but check the channel, my Food Wars thumbnail to my Food Wars playlist to get my thoughts on the other seasons. I still have to make season 4's video, but yeah, other than that, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.